What is up, guys? Thank you for joining me in another video. I've kind of promised two Dragons videos to two commentators in one of my other videos or two other videos. So someone asked for kind of a general Dragons video, just for me to talk about Dragons, and then someone else asked for the runs for the early video I have where I show my gym set for my Evo 2 Dragons team. So since that video was actually recorded a long time ago, I no longer have the Evo 2 Dragons team, so all of my monsters now are Evo 3. Even though I still use the exact same monsters, they're just all at Evo 3 now. But what I was trying to do in that video was kind of show you that you do not actually have to have a fully Evo 3 Dragons team in order to start getting into Dragons B10. One of the key things that you should realize is that, in Dragons, you will have to restart your runs or reset your runs periodically. And that's just because at this time, I think there are no 100% Dragons B10 teams. So you can't, there's no 100% auto, and there's no 100% foolproof runs even when you manual. So you have to go into Dragons B10 thinking you're going to, number one, manual the dragon, and number two, you will have some fails and you will have to restart. And that's also important, guys. So whenever you run Dragons, whether it's DB10 or not DB10, you should be mindful that you should actually restart. You should actually refresh the run. So when it asks you to use 10 Astro Gems to continue, you should do that, in my opinion. And that's just because most of the time you will not end the week with a lot of Dragon Sigils. And since your Dragon Sigils are limited, and the Dragon Sigils are basically the currency to enter a Dragon's, the Dragon's dungeon, that, getting that that 6-star, or sorry, 5-star, to attack Siphon Gem is worth it. You'll get a lot of trash, more often than not. But when you get that perfect gem, then that's really what's meaningful of these runs. But the reason you do Dragons is, number one, you want to get the in-game farming set, which are Siphon Gems. And there are two other Dragon Gems which are useful as well, the Pugilist and the Leech. But the first priority of most players is to get a nice Siphon set to start speeding up their farming teams. And it speeds up your farming teams pretty much everywhere if you have it on the right monsters. So let's take a look at my Evo 2 team. So this video is old. I'm just doing a re-recording over that. I'm re-recording audio for it. So you will see some kind of older stuff popping up, in like the chat windows and stuff. But I didn't like the original video, so hopefully this is better. So with the Evo 2 team that I'm showing you guys now, the premise really is I have two CCers, I have one powerhouse DPS unit, then I have a death break / additional damage dealer. So my two CCers, if you don't know what CC means, that is crowd control. And crowd control is really anything that kind of incapacitates a monster or an enemy. And in this case, it's going to be stun, but you can also have shock or sleep. You have to be careful with sleep though, because you don't want to wake up the monster after you put them to sleep. There might be another crowd control, but I can't think of what it is. Or that might be petrify. Petrify is the other one. But yeah, so I have two CCers, and in this case that is my Dark Vic and also my Water Sura. And my powerhouse, of course, is the Dark Gatito. And then I have a Death Breaker / additional damage, which is the Dark Thor. So as you kind of progress through the runs, you will see that the CC is important, number one, at the light percep. So what I try to do with my CCers is I try to incapacitate that light percep. And now the monster that's most easily replaced in this team is going to be that Water Sura. So there are a lot of monsters that can take his place. You can do like the Wood Yaksha or whatever that, I can't think of the monster who has shock and death break on him. It's like a little dragon thing. Yeah, you can use him as well. You can also use a one-turn CC'er like the Light Medusa. So I think that's actually what I based my this team on. Was I think this was Fantasy Gaming, one of Fantasy Games video, and he was using the Light Medusa. So yeah, anything with one of those crowd controls can definitely replace the Water Sura. Now, one of the nice things about the Water Sura, his 5-star attack, his active skill, actually is very nice when you hit the dragon, because he is a single target attacker, so he has a higher damage multiplier when he attacks using his 5-star skill. So when he's at Evo 3, he actually really helps deal a lot of damage on the dragon when the dragon has Death Break on it. But in this case, I've got kind of 2 Death Breaks between the Thor and the Vic, and then I've got the damage dealer and the CC. But yeah, so when you first start the runs, what you want to do on the first wave really is you want to try and incapacitate that light purse, and sometimes she might resist, and that might lead you to a refresh if she targets your Dark Gatito. But in the team that I have set up, there's a 1 in 3 chance that she will hit the Dark Gatito, causing a run that will definitely lead into a refresh. But my Thor and my Dark Vic, even my Dark Vic at Evo 2, can actually tank a hit from the light purse. And now if she crits, it might be a different story, but most of the time if she hits one of those 2, then I can still keep going with the run, no problem. But outside of the CCing of the light Vic, the other thing you want to do is kill either the left or the right unit. And the order you want to kill them in is, first, if the horse is present, you want to try and kill the horse first. If he's not, then you want to kill the bee, and then the kilobats are kind of the third, have the least amount of threat in these team or in the enemy composition, and that's everywhere. So that's the order you want to kill things everywhere. So once you're able to get past the first run, between a combination of attack and CC, you want to also if you're able to kind of get that the light purse, if you're able to CC her maybe like with one monster instead of having to use both of them, then of course you want to CC either the left or the right unit, and you also want to kill the left or the right unit. But those are like perfect conditions, and most of the time that won't happen. But yeah, so when you move to the second stage, the second wave, you kind of just want to attack things in the same order I said before. So horse, bat, horse, bee, kilobat. And having the 2-turn CC with my Wet Sura is nice because he'll incapacitate a unit for 2 turns, allowing me time to kill things in my own time. And it creates less threat while allowing for a lot more crowd control. So yeah, definitely. So in the way I do it, I like to Death Break something with the Thor and then kill it with the Gatito, and then I'll CC 2 other monsters and keep going in kind of that fashion. And then when you kind of hit wave 3, which is your dragon, so that's where the CC is no longer useful, but that's where your Death Breaks kind of come in, and that's why the Dark Victoria is so special with these runs. And guys, if you don't have a Dark Victoria, I wouldn't worry about it. I would not be surprised if she comes back around. So we've been getting a lot of kind of refresh monsters. So they've been bringing back the old monsters that they have done rebirths on in the past. So like they just did the Dark Miho. So eventually she will come back around, especially since there's a Super Evo version, Super Evo version of the Victorias. So I would not be surprised if she comes back around pretty quickly. But the Dark Victoria is pretty special for dragons because she's got a lot of things that lend themselves well to this particular run. And of course that's the CC, which we talked about earlier, her stun. But also when you hit the dragon, she's got a Death Break on her, an AoE Death Break on her 5-star active skill. So what you want to try and do is you want to try and death break that dragon so that your Gatito can clean it up. And if your Victoria cannot death break the dragon, then of course you have your Thor, who you will hope that he will death break it. And ideally, you know, between 2 turns, you'll be able to get death break on the defense break on the dragon, and your Gatito will live until the second turn, and you will be able to just use his active skill to clean it up. And the other thing is, when you fight the dragon, and this is any dragon, you want to try, if you cannot one-shot them, what you want to do is you want to try and get them just above half health, somewhere above half health. So basically it's whatever your monsters can kind of clean up. So whatever, you know, my Gatito is on some pretty fair ruin gems. So you can do a fair amount of damage, and then I can add on the damage from the other units as well. So that damage combined with the death break, you know, you want the dragon to be just at half, you know, just above half health, so that you can kind of clean it up on the second wave if your Gatito is still alive. Because once the dragon gets I think at half health or just below half health, he will use his AoE breath attack, which will pretty much wipe your team completely. So it's important that you're mindful of where the dragon's health is if you cannot one-shot it. So yeah, so, you know, and I'll even show you some of my defeated runs in this particular set, because it's never going to be 100%, at least not yet, I don't think. But yeah, so like I said, guys, my team has kind of evolved a little bit, but I still get some failures here and there, more here than there, but yeah. So, you know, that's kind of the general gist of doing Dragons B10. So the other thing that I want to say is, so I did not actually run every Dragon's level. What I ended up doing was I kind of gemmed my way through, I think, like, maybe it was like B6 and up, or maybe it was B4 and up. I don't remember where I stopped. But, you know, what I wanted to do was I wanted to get to the in-game dragon, and basically just build a team for him. Instead of trying to build teams for all of the other dragons, just to try and get past them. So I had these monsters, and I knew that's what I was going to work towards. So I ended up just gemming through up until Dragons B10. The other dragon that's pretty easy to do is the dark one, and I think that's what, DB8. Don't quote me on that. I might do a video on that later on. But he's pretty squishy and fairly easy to kind of kill. So if you can't do Dragons B10, then you can always run DB, the dark one. I think it's DB8. But yeah, guys, so I'm just gonna keep this pretty short. But you know, if you have any questions about this team, then definitely ask me. This isn't, like I said, this is an older video that I've just done some new audio over, and reposted because I didn't like the original. But I will put a link to the gems for these monsters in the description somewhere, or at the end of the video. So if you watch till the end of the video, just click on that. But yeah, and you know, just be warned that the audio is probably pretty terrible on the gem video, because it was one of the first ones that I did. But yeah, guys, so I hope this, as always, I hope this helped somebody. If you like my videos, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. If you have questions, and I'll do my best with answering whatever you guys, you know, have to say. And with that, I will see you in the next video.